Hey YouTube, I've done this video once before, and for some reason YouTube took forever to upload it. I'm not sure exactly why it really never did. The only person it was visible to was me. So this is my video on the Lectric 2.0. Maybe I should scoot back a little bit. If you didn't know, Samsung updated the Note 20 today, so now you can do dual screen recording. So here's my first attempt at it. Somebody asked me, and I get so few questions on videos or suggestions on videos, I thought I would do since somebody asked me. The 2.0 has some upgrades that you couldn't pay. If you did it to your Lectric XP that you have right now, would cost you well over $100, probably in the $300 range for the upgrades that they're talking about. Just for the front fork. From what I can see, they're using a threaded steer tube on the front fork, but I'm not positive about that. So hey Lectric, if you want me to do a video on upgrading a fork and maybe consider selling it as an upgrade option, let me know. Those of you who don't know, Lectric did reach out to me about a partnership. They didn't describe the partnership, and I'm not going to go into it, but I think they're going to steer you guys towards repair videos that because that's mainly what my channel is about. I do some reviews of product. I'm not paid by anybody, including Lectric, to do these videos. This is all done of my free will. I do videos upon suggestion if I think that I can do so without damaging my bike, because I do ride it almost every single day. So we're going to talk about the upgrades and try to keep this video under 10 minutes, hopefully. And maybe now that I can see the timer, before I couldn't really see the timer. Let's talk about the front fork. It is a oil compression, oil dampened fork, so that probably means it's has a spring rebound, and the oil compresses, dampens the spring. That would be my take on it. Knowing what I know about shocks, that's usually how it's done on the shocks. It does have a lockout, and I did not see an adjuster on it, but I'm going to assume there is some kind of adjustment in the deal. List is 50 millimeter travel. 50 millimeters for you that don't convert is 5 centimeters, so a little less than, it's probably in the 1 7/8 range for travel. And it looks like the travel is the full shiny part of the fork. It looks to me like I said, it has a threaded steer tube, but I might be wrong about that. But it looks like they're using the same headset, so I'm going to say it's probably a threaded steer tube. They brought the tire size down, and I'm thinking that's a weight savings measure to try to keep the bike closer to 60 pounds. I've seen 63 something, so it's a little heavier. You probably have a couple extra pounds in the fork, so they saved some of that. And they added mounts for the front basket and the back basket. Keep in mind, if you're in the 300-pound range, those baskets aren't going to do you a whole lot of good. You're going to add weight just with the basket. They are powder coated, so another thing you might want to keep in mind is if you put weight in the front, on the front of your bike, it is going to affect how it steers, so keep that in mind, especially a lot of weight. It also changes the whole dynamics of braking, so keep that in mind. So they're still using look like CST BFT tires. I did a quick search on Amazon and a few other places looking for 3-inch tires. Good luck. They are probably going to be a lectric exclusive product. I'm not saying there ain't other 3-inch tires out there, but they're going to be hard to find. Inner tube, not so much. You can get away with a standard BMX inner tube that's 2.5. The inner tube isn't going to really matter that much. A 4-inch one, you're going to have problems with using that size inner tube on it. It's going to probably be awful thin if you try to use a inner tube that size in it. The Kev Central video mentioned that you could put a center mounted kickstand. Yeah, you could do it on this if you really choose to do so. I'm not sure how long it would have to be, but it'd have to be pretty darn long. The brakes remain the same. I did a video yesterday on how to adjust them. Again, I thought a little more in depth on what each of the adjustments were. It has you can buy an upgraded headlight. I don't ride at night, but the headlights are adequate right now. You should not plan on being able to ride as fast at night as you can in the daytime. It don't matter what kind of headlight you use. Less reaction time to bumps and stuff, so keep that in mind. They're offering a comfort setup, so it's basically a suspension seat post with a spring seat, and I've talked about that. If you need such a thing, if you have a bad back, it may help you as far as keeping the impacts down. They upgraded, remember I talked about upgrading the chain ring on the front. They did that to 56, which was a great move. Now you're going to be able to actually pedal to that 28 mile an hour speed limit. I'm not exactly sure what the gear inches would be, but it's probably towards the normal road bike gearing when you're in the 14 by 56. It's pretty close probably. They made handlebars wider. The ones that are currently on there are child size. They're short. So if you had a kid's bike and you want to upgrade it, you can use those on that. The sizing is 25.4 clamp size and 22.2 bar size for all the mounting hardware. That's going to be your grips, your brakes, and stuff like that. And you're not going to be able to get away with using anything that's much bigger than that. So keep that in mind if you decide to upgrade your handlebars. So we have wider handlebars, shock on the front fork, a different seat setup for those that order the comfort package, mounts for a front basket on the front, and mounts for a basket on the back. They did away with the clamp that holds stuff down, which is pretty useless anyway. So if the basket can't be retrofitted to the XP 1.0, you would have to buy a completely different rack to get that to fit on there. So keep that in mind. I'm not even sure the rack will fit on the bosses that are on this bike. So you have a couple different mounting options. The bike beanstalk steer stays about the same by what I've seen. You get an upgraded headlight if you'd like. The fenders are smaller. The tires are smaller in width. The rims are smaller in width, and it all adds up to they dropped a little weight in some areas and gained weight in other areas. The power of the motor and all that stays the same. There's no upgrades in that, no upgrade in the battery longevity either, except for you have a choice between LG and a Samsung battery. And the Samsung battery is about an amp hour smaller, so keep that in mind. The electric battery they squeeze every bit of energy they can out of themselves. I've ridden with other people with 10.4 amp hour batteries that can't even touch this one. If you read the views, most people are wondering the same thing I am, is how they got the longevity out of the battery. They upgraded the back taillight too. I didn't have a problem with the one they had. It does what it's supposed to. That's all that counts. Brake levers remain the same. Shifter remains the same. The controls for the M50 or M5, I think it is M5 computer, changed, but the computer looks the same, other than they added an IP65 water resistant rating. Other than that, they made some really positive upgrades, because I run out of gear all the time. I wish the chainring was bigger on mine all the time. Likewise, maybe XP could send a kit, and I can show you guys how to upgrade all the items on the bicycle. I have all the tools to do it, so yeah, we'll see. The bike, I'm going to go ahead and do my 1,300 mile review on this. I was going to do it every 250 miles after 1,000, but I missed the 250. I've had to I changed the tires at 1,209 miles. I have 100 miles on them now, and I went over that in the last video I did. They're working out okay. I'm getting used to them, or they're breaking in. I had to repack the wheel bearings, which I did a video on. Just a greasy mess. I actually did 2 videos on it. And I haven't had to do anything other than regular lube the chain once in a while and charge the battery. And as far as I have about 150 charges on the battery, and capacity remains better than it was last year. Yesterday I rode my standard 11.4 miles and ended up with 51 volts after that. Now, either I was pedaling harder or it was using less energy. My battery charges to 54.9 volts, so I used 3.3 volts, 3.9 volts. So for a 11-mile ride, if I could keep that up, I would actually get close to their claimed 45-mile range. That was in PAS2, and I was averaging, according to my gear watch, I was averaging 10.3 miles an hour. I had some times I was doing faster miles, but overall the whole ride averaged 10.3 miles. I'm going to call it a video because it's getting way longer than I want it to be. Please subscribe. Any questions, suggestions, put them in the comments. Like the video. Remember, the YouTube bases how they suggest your video by the likes. So like the video and comment, and I'll get back to you. Have a great day.